Okay, it's recording now. I'm Earl May, and I'm having a conversation with a dear friend who happens to be the senior pastor of St. Barnabas Presbyterian Church, Reverend Mrs. Katy Rigler. I just wanted to have a natural conversation with you. There's no practice or anything like that. It's so real natural. Like if Publishers Clearinghouse showed up here right now, we would take the money. But I've been knowing Katy for several years, and I've always marveled at how she functions and how she goes and how she meets people and greets people. And I just want to ask her, what made you choose the pastoral career?
Ooh, that's a good question, Earl. I'm not sure I chose it.
Okay.
I think from the time I was a little girl, I felt called to the ministry, but I grew up Catholic. And I loved going to church. I was the first altar girl in my church, and I would go home and play communion and stand on the hearth of the fireplace and serve my family communion. And even when I went to church with a friend, like where they use the little cups instead of drinking out of a common cup, I would take those little cups and stick them in my purse and go home and play communion with the little cups.
Oh, man.
But I don't think I really knew what to do with that. So my family left. I mean, I knew I didn't want to be a nun. So that didn't leave a whole lot of ministry options open. But then my family left the Catholic Church when I was in high school. And although I knew that women could be ministers, I'd never seen one till my senior year in high school. And I think seeing one for the first time was like, I mean, that was when it really became real to me that women could be pastors. But I think I still had a lot of stuff that I needed to work through. So, I went on and did what I was supposed to do and graduated from college and became a physical therapist. And eventually my mom sent me an article from the newspaper in Tennessee about something. And on the back of that article was an article about someone going to divinity school. And I thought, I want to do that.
Okay. That sounds great. And so you took the therapy just in case you had bad parishioners and you were gonna...
Well, I think I think at that point I really wasn't sure, that ministry was for me.
Mm-hmm.
And then even when my mom sent me that article, I had 2 toddlers.
Okay.
I read the article and I thought, I want to do that, but I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to leave my job. I don't know how to go back to school when you're already taking care of a family. I don't know what my husband would say. He didn't sign up for this.
Okay.
So there were a lot of things, I think, that got in the way of it, till I finally decided, no, I'm gonna do this.
Okay.
I'm gonna go for this, and we'll see what happens.
That's wonderful. You've been here at St. Barnabas for how many years?
10 years.
10 years as pastor.
2.5 years as associate pastor,
Okay.
and then the rest as pastor.
Well, now I'd like to do one of those things like they do on ESPN, where they do the top countdown from the top 10 to best plays of the week, what would you consider two things, your proudest moment and maybe just a couple of them that stick out that are really fun, or things that stick in your mind to say, I'm glad I was here, or glad I did that?
I think I'm glad for all of it. Even the hard parts. I mean, I might not have been glad for it in the moment that it was happening. But in retrospect, I can be glad about all of it. I mean, I think that some defining points for me, St. Barnabas has always been an outreach church that was real involved in outreach. But we kind of moved outreach inside the building when we took on the Boys and Girls Club as a ministry partner. And I think that was a real defining moment for me. And I think surviving COVID was probably another one.
I got a guy out here just doing something. Hold on just a second.
Oh.
All right. Everything is defining, but there had to be some moment that just was really exciting for you, that at least one.
Besides the Boys and Girls Club, and I think maybe being in the church again for the first time after COVID, all together. You know, of course we came back and, you know, we had just the pastors here and then just the staff here and then 50 people here. But the first time that the church was open again as a building, and seeing everyone come back.
Participate, yes. I know in a few weeks you'll be leaving us, and me for one, I'd like to just say I'm going to miss you tremendously, but I also am excited about your decision to do something else. The average individual does not take that chance. They don't take that leap because you've been doing this for a while and okay, I'm comfortable with this and routine with this. So I don't know what you plan. I know you're talking about going to Mexico and spending some time there, but I am quite sure that whatever you choose to do afterwards, you'll be successful in it, because like I said, I've known you for a long time, and you're actually my boss, but I think that you were a friend before you were my boss. Yeah. And that just kind of solidified the relationship, so that like I said, I know that I will miss you, and it's going to be funny because going past your office and not seeing you there, and being able to stop and chit chat about every little thing, all the laughs and the different things that we went through. I just feel like I said, I'm going to miss you.
I'm going to miss you too, Earl.
Yeah.
I'm going to miss you a lot. Who's going to be my sounding board?
I really was just happy to do this. And that speaks volumes for me, because I don't open up to a whole bunch of people. Yeah. I talk a lot, but I don't open up to people. And you're one of the few people, other than my family members, that I've opened up to here in Dallas, Texas. So that speaks volumes for you. And I think whoever the powers that be that hired you and directed you to this particular church, because it was a very meaningful period in the church life and my life too. And I thank you.
And I thank you and I love you.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Great.
Thank you.
I just want to take. So, let me see.